Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Solo King, a Korean 1v1 tournament featuring all of your favorite players, teams, and champions from Champions, of course, brought to you here on Azubu TV. My name is Reed Rapid Melton, and we'll be hopping into game number 1 between Faker, the mid laner for SK Telecom T1, currently a team tied for second in the season of LCK, facing off against Fury, AD carry for Samsung, team currently winless at the bottom of the standings. So while their 5v5 playstyles may have put them in their places in LCK this season, as far as 1v1s, we have yet to determine who will be the Solo King. Faker, favorite to win the tournament, of course favorite to win almost any tournament, but in the 1v1, anything can happen. We've seen some crazy turnarounds, particularly the series Eve versus Zephyr was an incredible 1v1 series to watch. So if you missed that, make sure to catch the VOD, catch the rebroadcast, and of course this tournament will be rebroadcast for European and North American audiences a little bit later on. So if you missed any of the action, you can catch the VOD here on Azubu TV/Azubu after the broadcast is done. So thanks for tuning in, checking things out here. We've seen an interesting level 1 strategy from, I believe it was Zephyr, who decided to walk all the way around through the jungle and kind of get an early flank off versus his opponent. But for Faker, we're actually seeing a Doran's Ring started. This is the first Doran's Ring that we've actually seen as far as starting items picked up, because traditionally you want a more sustain heavy start to your lane phase, and Fury's actually going to do the same situation. Tries for the Dragon Strike, but instead he and Faker are just going to trade things out there. Martial Cadence auto attack's coming down, and Faker actually losing that all in, or losing that, not necessarily an all in, but losing that first couple of auto attacks, his first trades. Definitely going Fury's way. Now he's looking for another auto attack, but probably will be able to trade out a Dragon Strike when he gets back into range. So Faker getting melee auto attacked here by Fury is probably something that shouldn't happen until he hits level 2 and is able to close the distance. Doran's Ring start, like we said, very aggressive early on, but in a 1v1, traditionally not something you see too often, the early aggression. And while Faker will get a few free spell casts here and there, level 2's hit by both players. Level 2 a little bit bigger for Fury because it does allow him that flag and drag combo. He's gonna go into it, does not get the knockup, but oh man, Ring of Frost forced out there by Faker to just keep the distance here. A lot of slow here. Faker with a perfect zone maintained between himself and Fury, but still taking a lot of damage. If he gets jumped on one more time, that is going to represent possibly kill potential. There is Ignite onto Fury, and you can see Faker playing this matchup very far forward. If he gets knocked up by this next Demacian Standard into Dragon Strike combo, I'm pretty sure he's just straight up dead. Now, keep in mind, it is Flash Ignite versus Flash Ignite. And Faker, one of the only players to do this, at least I'm pretty sure he's the only one to do this on Lissandra, where you not only start with a Doran's Ring, but you're going to go Flash Ignite as well. Neither one of these players playing for the teleport game. Versus a Jarvan, Faker just saying, look, you want to play the all-in game versus me, he's going to play it right back. I believe it was Jat that said SK Telecom, a team that starts strong and finishes even stronger. And Faker, a player that definitely exemplifies that that methodology. You want to start the game as strong as you possibly could with that Doran's Ring, but having a little bit of a weakness here in the mid game, he's forced to go all the way back to base, and will have the ability to use his Ice Path to get back into lane maybe a little bit more quickly. Fury able to get back into lane a little bit more quickly as well, but I'm thinking this is coming down to a level 6 all-in, unless we see a misplay by either one of the players to overextend a little bit too much. But so Faker is forced back to base, but look at the CS differential at this point. Faker is down over 15 CS, almost 15 CS at this point, and not a situation I would have expected to see him in. Coming back from base with just a second Doran's Ring, it's going to be double longswords. The build for Fury, so actually I like the double Dorans a little bit more than the double longswords, and while it does set up for a brutalizer buy, neither one of these players are thinking about what items they're going to buy when they go back to base, because realistically you're only going to get one, maybe two chances to go back and buy. So the consumables, Crystal and Flask picked up there by Fury, crucially enough, gonna get some extra sustain off of that, whereas it's just health potions for Faker. We'll see if these 2 Doran's rings are enough to turn this matchup around, because after a distinct loss, forced back to base earlier, he's down now 13 CS, but continues this poke off of the... Oh, Dragon's Strike coming in. Ring of Frost will slow things down, and Ignite forced out there onto Fury. Gonna get forward, and with a flash backwards, Fury actually probably pretty dead. Faker looking for one more Ice Path, the last auto attack, and Faker turns it around and wins the first game in this best of 3 series, the 1v1 going his way. We'll get a quick instant replay coming your way on the screen. You can see Ignite. Faker immediately recognizes kill potential. Flash is up for Fury, but he's going to try to use it to outplay the Ice Path, or I guess in that situation it was the Ice Shard coming his way. And Faker just moving forward between every single auto attack will pick up game number 1 versus Samsung's Fury. Fury thinks this is funny, but we'll see if he thinks it's quite as funny as he steps into lane versus a Faker. Game number 2 in their matchup here in the Solo King Korean 1v1 tournament, of course featuring your favorite players, teams, and champions from this season of Champions, broadcast here on Azubu TV. My name is Reed Rapid Melton, and we're getting into the lane phase. Well, these Fakers into the lane phase. I think he's actually looking for auto attacks on turrets, but once again, Fury going to wrap around here and look at the vote differential from Inven. Did polling over the course of the last few days, 4% for Fury versus a 96% vote of confidence here for Faker. Doesn't get much more of a dominant vote differential than that. Are you the 4% that think Fury can pull this back, or the 96% that believe in Faker? I think putting your bets on Faker may on paper seem like the correct position, but we'll see how Cassiopeia fares versus Annie. Of course, it is the Flash Ignite Summoner spell combo picked up for both Faker and Fury so far, so once again committing to that very aggressive all-in style. We're going to see if Fury has what it takes to turn things around. Faker already up 1-0. A Lissandra victory over Fury's Jarv in the 4th. Now coming into lane, we're going to see a Doran's Ring with Total Biscuits of Rejuvenation start for Fury, whereas Faker is going to go for a little bit more of the passive Crystalline Flask start, probably hoping that he's able to sustain through the early game and then come back with a couple of Doran's Rings after his first recall. Of course, he will have to walk all the way back to lane. No teleports for either player. Faker just looking to dodge as much poison as he possibly can. Put out that Incinerate Harass. And he graded CS game as well. Does get refunded mana and half cooldowns on Incinerate when you use it to clear out the minion wave. Now, Fury going to get continually harassed down below half HP, but same situation for Faker, who's actually stepped on quite a bit of poison harass here for Fury. Kind of uncharacteristic to see so much damage taken quite this early on, but with enough sustain to really out-sustain Fury, who only has those 2 Total Biscuits of Rejuvenation. This is going to be a really big disadvantage once Faker equalizes this wave. And of course, CS will be important to pick up items once you go back to base, but should be a little bit less important than actually getting off harass, because specifically for Faker's Annie, is going to be able to put out so much damage early on that I'm not sure Fury is going to be able to withstand the power. Fury boxing with a god at this point. Ignite being thrown down here. Faker looking for the 1v1. The all-in is going to flash into the brushes. Cannon minion taking him down through the brush. The ward placed into it didn't work quite the way that Faker wanted it to. Does get the stun, but look at this. He's actually going to take the continual Twin Fangs after walking onto the poison. And watch this next Twin Fang. Faker realizes he's not going to have the Q cooldown up in time. You only get half duration on that spell when you kill a creep with it. Didn't come back up, and that's the all-in for Fury, who will take out game number 2 versus Faker and force a blind pick game number 3. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Solo King, a Korean 1v1 tournament featuring your favorite players, teams, and champions from this season of Champions. Of course, brought to you here on Azubu TV. My name is Reed Rapid Melt, and we're getting into Game 3 blind pick Lee Sin mirror match between Faker and Fury. Faker, of course, the mid laner for SK Telecom Team 1 versus Fury, of course, the AD carry for Samsung. And while their individual team performances in LCK this season notwithstanding, it's going to be about the 1v1s. Oh, a 1 versus 1 first auto attack of the game, but it does look like Faker actually took a little bit more damage from that, so we'll see if maybe that is a portent of things to come. Take a look at the item builds, the summoner spells, and it's Flash Ignite for both Lee Sins, Longsword, and 3 health potions. Recalling back to base and looking to heal that little bit of damage up. They might actually wait for another push. I don't think that's actually a thing, but a little bit of a slower start out of base there for Fury, as Faker already making his way towards the mid lane. No cheesy auto attacks onto turrets, no crazy routes taken through the side of mid lane like we saw Zephyr do a little bit earlier. Straight up starting at your turrets, minion wave gonna spawn, and here we go. 2 minutes into the game, we are underway. Fury versus Faker should be a race to level 2 for an early all-in. So this game may be over incredibly quickly. You can see auto attacking there with the start of Safeguard for Faker. That's actually really significant. You can see no Sonic Wave Resonating Strike combo walking through the minion wave with Safeguard, and now it's all about this level 2. You can see they're actually going to be fighting one another. Tempest Cripple there for Fury, so Fury should actually be able to get a faster level 2 here, but all Faker getting a lot of value out of that shield. Has full Fury here, but full energy rather, but we'll see if Fury gets Fast and Furious, hits level 2 first, and immediately Faker forced to back off. Now level 2 of his own, does have a Safeguard available, so he'll be able to use that for Spell Vamp with Iron Will to get that damage off. Does hit Fury through the minion wave, but actually decides to go in there, but with Tempest Cripple out there and a Sonic Wave Resonating Strike, Faker will lose that trade and forced to chug all of his health potions. Now Fury with a little bit of an advantage there. Will Faker be able to hit level 3 first? Does not look likely. Trying to get just every little tiny auto attack there, but Fury's going to edge him out, and Faker actually behind in a very significant way. Level 2 versus level 3, has to watch out for the Sonic Wave. Now he's going to hit level 3 as well here. Trace out for Sonic Wave. Fury going to walk backwards into his minion wave, so that Faker would have to overextend a little bit too far, but Faker there with the Safeguard. We'll see if he hits Iron Will. Is going to get a little bit of Spell Vamp there. Fury walking dangerously far forward, takes a turret shot, and now it's actually Faker with a small life disadvantage. Just watching them, Fury actually stuttered a couple of auto attacks on creeps that died there, so gotta keep an eye closely on whether or not Faker is able to last hit this under turret. Does grab both of those, but he's 6 CS down an entire wave behind Fury, who may just look for this opportunity to go back to base. He's gonna walk very far behind his turret, but is going back the right call here. If you walk back into lane with a level disadvantage, Faker can always just walk straight up to you with a level 6 and Dragon's Rage for the kill. So definitely something you want to keep an eye on, but Fury really can't go back to base. With a wave pushing in, not only would he lose CS, but he's going to risk having his recall stopped as well here. Faker continuing to hit these Sonic Waves and coming out on top. Will face a little bit of damage here from Fury. Fury gonna lose that trade though. I'm not sure exactly what he expected here. And now he's actually the one forced to go back to base. Now, looking at the skill distribution, Faker actually has 2 points put into Safeguard. So looking for the extra powerful shields, no ability power, so nothing crazy to power those up. Just gonna level them up to get a stronger shield. Now, a trip back to base first for Fury. Safeguards to his Trinket Ward just to get back to lane a little bit more quickly. So you can see, like we said, 2 points into Safeguard, now 3 points into Safeguard for Faker. And this is all about, oddly enough, the sustain from Iron Will, as well as the ability to shield out damage, just becomes so effective at trading early on. So interesting to see the Safeguard max for both players, just a little bit ahead on that level advantage there for Faker. We'll see if Fury can even it up by the time he gets back in the lane, but minions will still be pushing in towards Faker, so he'll be able to continue his level lead here. Sonic Wave onto Fury. He knows he's going to win this trade just off of the level advantage, but he's actually fighting in a creep wave. Probably not somewhere he wants to go. Wins the trade, forces the health potion out, and why is there a ward in the inventory for Fury? I think he basically is saying, I'm going to need an insect to be able to win this matchup. Might decide to let the wave push a little bit further towards his turret, but whoa, Fury baits out that Sonic Wave. Actually, all the skills from Faker there being baited out. Misses most of them, except for the Tempest, I believe. Fury putting on the pressure, but Faker has evened up the CS count and is actually now ahead 1 CS over Fury. We're starting to get up through our first third of the CS, third of a way to a 100. Once again, this game will probably be decided based off of kills. Now, level 6 versus level 5. This is absolutely huge. If Faker can land Sonic Wave... Now, Fury has a ward in his inventory. I can promise you if Faker ever goes in on a Sonic Wave, Fury's just going to ward jump back to his turret. And immediately, make him take a turret, maybe try to get an insect. Okay, there's the Dragon's Rage there. And so theoretically, Faker should have a strong enough advantage off of that Dragon's Rage usage just to be able to pick up this kill onto Fury. Now, Fury does have that insect possibility with the ward in his inventory. And honestly, that ward's kind of crazy. Oh, there it is. He's going to kick Faker back into the turret. But no turret shots actually taken. There's the Trinket ward to recall too. Fury one auto attack away the Sonic Wave. Resonating strike for Faker, who picks up the 1v1 Lee Sin mirror match kill. There you're going to see a kick through the minion wave. Almost kills off the minions for a turret shot. But Faker able to safeguard his way back out to the minion wave. Ward jump in there for Fury to try to dodge away from that Sonic Wave. But it's the resonating strike. Faker with a little bit of swag there at the end. Able to come in with a 1v1 kill versus Fury. And that means that it will be Faker picking up the 2-1 victory